new favorite shaved ice and coffee shop on the corner of Northwest 30.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome. We are out on Northwest Expressway with the very neighborly, friendly confines, if that's a good word, of State Farm Insurance, Blake Nightingale. Ladies and gentlemen, I have walked through this place so many times. They're so patient with me when I walk from the front to the back. They're still friendly and smiling. You know, I mean, great people. We love to come into State Farm Insurance. And, you know, we always emphasize locally owned and operated. You can see the difference here at Blake Nightingale State Farm Insurance. So let's sit down and talk with Blake. Blake, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. A beautiful spring morning. Obviously, if it doesn't mean spring in Oklahoma unless there's severe weather opportunities. So, but it's a beautiful morning out here today.
And you know, that is true. We do have severe weather opportunities, which opportunities say, oh, well, if that's opportunity, I'll pass. But that doesn't always work, does it?
No.
But what I wanted to at least talk to you a few minutes about, it's spring, severe weather. We've got end-of-school activities like proms and graduations, and we have vacations coming up. So all of a sudden, all this kind of things come through my head. You've got homeowners insurance, you got renters insurance, you've got travel. What kind of insurance can you help with people coming into spring?
Yeah.
Of course, we think of roofs and houses too.
Absolutely. So we do it all. I mean, we've got the trifecta. We usually do auto, home, and life. Home basically means, you know, you're either structure or all your personal contents. And so, you know, we try to say we're kind of a one-stop shop. And so whatever those insurance needs are, we're here to help out in any way we can.
Well, you know, with the storms coming up, and we do anticipate them. We may never have a storm, but we're anticipating them coming. Yeah. What kind of preparation, and we've talked about it before, how do people get ready to make sure their roof's okay before the storms hit, make sure there's different things around their house? Because property insurance is pretty important.
Yeah. I like to call this time no surprise time, right? Mm-hmm. This time of year, we don't want surprises. And so what I mean by surprises is when claims happen, you don't want to realize you weren't insured properly or you didn't have your stuff covered. And so typically I tell people, hey, if you own home insurance or renter's insurance, take a video of your contents, take a video of every room. Heaven forbid, obviously we don't think a tornado is ever going to hit you, but if in the case that it does, those are devastating moments. And so you want to be prepared for them, especially with all the events and things going on and how you carry stuff to different locations and do stuff. This is the perfect time just to review your coverage, and we just want to make sure, we call this the no surprise. You don't want to have surprises when it comes to the spring and your claims. So,
well, you know, that also applies to businesses that are out there. Sometimes if you're going, nothing major happens, and boom, a storm happens, a catastrophe happens. Business insurance is pretty important too.
Yeah, we specialize in business insurance. We've done a lot more this year than we ever have. People are finding more value having a local agent to talk about that stuff. And I'll tell you this, you know, when we talk about surprises, we're not just talking about contents, we're talking about liability surprises. And so as a business owner, unfortunately, you open yourself up to a lot of liability concerns. And it's our job to make sure that you're protected and you can feel confident that you're running a business in a safe way. So.
Yes, I, you know, that Murphy's Law thing, if something's going to happen, well, you know, probably going to if it can.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can have somebody walk through your door and trip over something you didn't realize was even there, or maybe a tile that is broken and you're not noticing and somebody trip over it and fall. There's all kind of things that can happen.
Yeah, unfortunately, we live in a society today where, you know, you're going to find a local lawyer if you need one. And so at the end of the day, you just want to make sure you're prepared, and you want to make sure that you have no surprises and that your coverage covers what you intended to cover. And so that's kind of what we love and have passionate for. And even if you don't go with us, we want to be a resource. And so that's what we're here for. We got 6 licensed staff members to do that. And so we love to kind of make sure that we're taking care of all your bases. So
that brings up another question to me. You've got somebody that's shopping for insurance, you know, and they want to shop local. They're that 800 number. They don't care. I'll clear over in Chicago or California. You're right here. How does that process go where they're comfortable coming in and talking to you about getting a quote for insurance?
Yeah. So a lot of people do things in different ways, right? Like I think at the end of the day, you know, using technology, using online space is a huge tool and advantage for a lot of consumers. But at the end of the day, people want that physical touch at certain moments through the process. And so whether that's questions on the quote, talk about questions about how they're covered, or they just want to shake a hand and know who they're dealing with.
Absolutely.
We love having an open door. We want to make sure you come in. If you want to come in, we love it. We love having people come in and meet us face to face. And we also love people that want to do things over the phone as well. But the thing of it is we love relationships. We want to be the good neighbor. So when you call in, you know you're going to talk to somebody that's here right down the street from you, and that's important to us.
Well, I can vouch for that because I've been coming in here ever since you opened. From the day you came in, I came tagging along right there, and always have been friendly and helping me, and it's good conversation, and I encourage people to shop local and be local, and State Farm, and we're from the same hometown, so we know what the hometown feeling is, Enid, Oklahoma. So what would you tell people on any insurance in coming to see you, and how important it is to shop local?
I would just say give us a shot and feel the fresh air of what insurance can be. I know a lot of people think it's a pain, and it's something you have to do, but give us an opportunity, give us a call. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised how easy transition it is. You can call or text us. Our phone number is 405-728-1313. And at the end of the day, we want to be that good neighbor. And I think that people coming through our doors or giving us a call will see that insurance can be done in a different way, and hopefully they love it.
Yeah, you already knew what my next question was. That's how you can, But tell us the address again and any other information before we begin to close this.
Yeah, we're located at 7304 Northwest Expressway, just west of the Canes there. And you can call, text anytime at 405-728-1313. And we're here to help you out.
And that's what's so cool too nowadays. You can text that, and so when you get a chance to look at it, you already know what's going on. So.
Yeah, text us, call us, however you want to communicate. We'll make it happen.
And I want to emphasize again, the staff here is as friendly and welcoming as you can find in any business, including insurance business. So that's very good.
Well, we thank you, and we hope to hear from you all soon.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the GospelStation.com Sports and Talk and GSN Sports and Talk on YouTube. We are live in Sulphur, Oklahoma for today's matchup between your Bethany Broncos and, as you see here, the Sulphur Bulldogs. There you go. That's the right one on screen. They're actually going to go into National Anthem here, so we're going to go back to a quick break. Kind of bad timing there, but, what are you going to do? Let's go National Anthem. You don't have to look very far to find a dependable roofing contractor, because Myers Roofing is committed to quality roofing systems, excellent customer service, and is all local right here in Bethany. Myers Roofing is licensed, insured, and all work is guaranteed. You can rely on Myers Roofing to take care of your next roofing project, and once you do, you'll understand why our customers keep coming back. Residential roofing, commercial roofing, specialty, tile, maintenance, and repair. Myers Roofing does it all. Call 405-787-7433. That's 405-787-7433.
We kind of want to show off our trailer today. We offer a lot of services all around the metro. We go within 130 miles.
Recently did a house that was 70 to 80 feet. We did it in 2 days, no trouble with shooting it. We were in and out, make sure the customer was really happy with the work.
With liner, it's trenchless, it's headacheless. Any old cast iron, any Orangeburg, any clay pipe that's pre-existing inside or outside, we can go in and completely reline the inside of that pipe. It turns it all into one solid pipe. You never have to worry about root intrusions. You never have to worry about settling or bellying. Overall, it's a really good product. Everything comes guaranteed. We do make it as trenchless and as headacheless as possible for you guys. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, spring is here. And when you need help with all your tools, lawnmowers, and more, Evans Hardware out here in Midwest City is the place to be. 1021 South Douglas Boulevard. In the springtime, lawnmower maintenance is more important than ever. And Evans Hardware, it's the place to go for all your lawnmower maintenance tools. They've got seat repair, they've got brand new handles, blade sharpeners, and cleaners, and of course new belts line the walls as well. Remember, when you need lawnmower maintenance, power tools, stuff for the garden, and everything in between, Evans Hardware in Midwest City, 1021 South Douglas Boulevard is the place to go. Do it best here at Evans Hardware. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what do you say we do this intro for real? Welcome here to the GSN Sports and Talk YouTube channel and the GospelStation.com. Scroll Sports and Talk online. My name is Luke Young. We're live in Sulphur, Oklahoma for today's district matchup between the Bethany Broncos and the Sulphur Bulldogs. This is a fun one, number 1 versus number 3 in the district for your viewing pleasure here today. And man, what a beautiful field the Sulphur Bulldogs home field is. I mean, this rivals some of the college fields I've played on in my day. This is beautiful. And we got an awesome day out here. Low 80s. The rain has held off. There's a nice cool wind out of the south. It is an excellent, excellent day for baseball. We want to thank you for tuning in once again here on the GospelStation.com Sports and Talk. Now it's time for your starting lineups. Of course, this pregame show brought to you by Blake Nightingale. You heard a lot about him in that quick interview we got. But your starting lineups first for the visiting Broncos is going to go Brody McLaren, Cooper Willis, Cooper Suarez, Connor Sidness, Jaden Rose, and Cruz Burleson. Isaac Bellows, Max Lloyd, and Damian Aguilar round out the batting 9 with Corey Draper-Whitener being DH'd for. Whitener will be most likely out in left field while McLaren starts on the bump. For Sulphur in the field right now, Carter Cole, Drake Wood, Michael Morris. Then you'll have Colton Cole batting in the cleanup spot, followed by Bridge Barrett, Jax Jackson, Traver Sarders, and the last two, Harrison Taylor and Maddox Mobley. Lucas Mitchell, the starting left fielder, being DH for on their side as well. Michael Morris getting the start on the bump. Well, it's a nice long drive down here, a roughly 2-hour trip from Bethany to Sulphur, but it was pretty much a straight shot right down I-35, and I was loving it. So let's go ahead and get into this matchup here. Brody McLaren set to lead things off for the Bethany Broncos. He comes out in their strike number 1 on a big swinging miss. Now, I like McLaren being very aggressive right there. I think that's what Bethany's going to have to do today to stay competitive against a very, very strong Sulphur squad. You can see right now immediately Michael Morris working quick. Deals the 1-1 to McLaren. That one jumped on, ripped down the left field line, heading into foul ground, and it just barely goes foul. 1-2. An excellent swing of the bat right there early on for McLaren. You can tell he's looking for that fastball a little bit up to jump on. He had maybe a little bit of a rougher weekend this last time out, but it hasn't slowed him down too much. You can he still swings with all the confidence in the world. Steps back into the box, ready for the 1-2 count. The wind here catching the tent over me. This one popped up. Wind is going to push this back onto the infield. Looks like it's going to be second to make the call and the grab. That's Maddox Mobley for out number 1.
Now coming to the plate, designated hitter number 23, Cooper Willis.
One out on the board. Here's Cooper Willis. Willis in the box, jumps on one himself. High fly ball caught again by the wind, this time in left center. That grab going to be made as well. Very quick 2 gone here for the Bethany Broncos. Again, that's kind of the day it's going to be. That ball is not going to fly. No, sir, today the baseball is going to be held up in the air very, very quickly. It's not going to go anywhere at all. With Willis retires, here's Suarez. He comes out, takes ball number 1. 1-0 count for the 3-hole batter here. Suarez kind of moves around. He usually sits around the 5-6-ish spot, this time being moved up to the 3. Foul ball there makes it 1-1. But it's a pretty tough top 3. I mean, McLaren, Willis, Suarez, and Sidness in that 4-hole. That's an electric start to the lineup, for sure. The 1-1 finds its way into the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Michael Morris targeting that outer half right there against Suarez. Able to spot that one up. Already back in his motion. He deals the 1-2. Tapper right side, fought off by Suarez, but goes foul, much to his benefit. Count stays 1-2. But yeah, the Broncos and the Bulldogs, I mean, speak on the 2 years these two teams have had. Bethany has really only dropped district matchups to Tuttle, and Sulphur hasn't dropped a district matchup to anybody yet. Curveball misses high for ball number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I mentioned in the pregame, but Sulphur is number 1 in the district. They're tied with the Tuttle Tigers right now, both posting a 10-0 record. Hard hit ground ball to short, and it gets underneath the glove of the starting shortstop, Bridge Barrett. Suarez reaches an early base runner here for the Bethany Broncos. They get 1 to play with here in the top of the first.
Now at the plate, number 29,
Connor Sindus up to bat. Sindus stands in. The lefty takes a first pitch breaking ball for ball number 1. I mean, for the Bethany Broncos, it only works in their favor if they get on the board early. Force Sulphur to play from behind on their home field. Pickoff move over to first, unsuccessful. Now the Coyote Pond keys to the game. Patience at the plate, pitch to contact, and throw strikes. And those last two kind of go hand in hand, honestly. Oh, and a line drive ripped right to first. That's going to be snagged right out of the air. Sindus retired on the L3. That does it for the first inning. Bethany able to catch a couple of barrels, but they don't get much more. We'll go to the bottom half as now the hosting Bulldogs get set for their first inning at the plate. Don't go anywhere. More Bethany baseball when we return.
Name brands and more for less at Victory Mattress Outlet. Welcome to Victory Mattress Outlet, 7101 Northwest Expressway in Oklahoma City. Family owned and operated Victory Mattress Outlet has options for every budget, like quality 10-inch beds to high-end luxury mattresses fit for a king. You're the winner here. Shop pillows, protectors, bedroom sets, and more. And remember, the friendly people at Victory Mattress Outlet can help deliver, assemble, and set up your mattresses and furniture. Call 405-510-6988 and never pay retail price for top brands again. Victory Mattress Outlet, 7101 Northwest Expressway, 405-510-6988. That's 405-510-6988. Victory Mattress Outlet, where your best night's sleep costs less.
C&J Sporting Goods at 6604 Northwest 38th Street has been serving Bethany and the Metro for over 30 years, with 3 generations ready to serve you with the best shopping experience of product knowledge and customer service anywhere, with a wide selection of guns, ammo, ear and eye protection, law enforcement equipment, hunting, camping, and survival gear. If they don't have it, they will order it for you. Veteran owned and family operated. Call 405-789-8102. C&J Sporting Goods.
And we return for the bottom of the first here. Bethany got 4 batters up, but weren't able to move anybody past first after Suarez reached on an error by the opposing shortstop. Now McLaren starts on the bump here for the Bethany Broncos. They'll face down the Bulldogs for the Bulldogs' first time swinging the sticks. Hey, thanks for tuning in here on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk. So, as I've mentioned a couple times, hard win in out of the South, and it plays really well into our Coyote Pond keys to the game if you miss the top of the first. Throw strikes, pitch to contact. Nothing's going to go yard today, not with the kind of wind we have. And for reference, the kind of wind we have is the kind that is picking up my tent and trying to blow it to Timbuktu. Leading this game off for Sulphur, it's the DH number 10, Carter Cole. Cole and his brother Colton Cole being given a lot of responsibility, if you will, here in this Sulphur lineup. Carter Cole leads off. Colton Cole bats bats in the 4-hole, while Carter is the DH. That's not going to get confusing at all. First at bat for the Sulphur Bulldogs. McLaren deals a fastball outside and it misses for ball number 1. I mean, go right at these batters. If you want to pull off an upset here, you got to get on them early. McLaren in his stance now, in his motion. Deals. Ground ball, and there's a weak tapper over to short. Suarez charges, tries to make the throw on the run. Does he have him? No, it's beat out by Carter Cole. Not a bad attempt there from Suarez. That'll be an infield single.
Now coming to the plate, number 7, Trey Cooper.
Drake Wood up to bat next. And again, kind of an unfortunate start to this game, but nothing that the Broncos can't deal with. Early base runner. McLaren set now working out at the stretch. Bethany out here in the lavender. Told they like these a lot. Pickoff move over to first. Not going to be successful. Again, Sidness over on first. For the Bethany Broncos, their DH today was Cooper Willis. He's been kind of moved out of the outfield recently, heading into that DH spot. Cord Draper Whitener starting out in left. 1-0 at the plate. McLaren goes over to first again and unsuccessful. First inning brought to you by C&J Sporting Goods, 6604 Northwest 38th Street. For C&J Sporting Goods, call 405-789-8102. They're back in the heart of Bethany on Northwest 38th Street. Can't thank C&J Sporting Goods enough for their support of the broadcast. McLaren finally goes home. Here's a bunt attempt. Right back to the pitcher. He's going to go to second for one, and they get the force out there. Well, Bethany will take that all day long. The runner replaced at first, one out on the board. Up next, number 25, the pitcher, Michael Morris. That's not difficult to see at all on my computer right now where those outs are. But it's good. Brand new scoreboard. We're working with it. That out bubble is hard to see. So get one gone for Michael Morris. McLaren goes over to first for a third time this inning already. Really worried about that runner keeping it close. Free 90s, not something Bethany wants to give up, especially after the performances we saw last weekend. A lot of hits, hit batters, a lot of walks on both sides. They want to keep those numbers low. McLaren still at the stretch. Runner has a decent lead. Gets his secondary. The pitch to the plate called strike. Counts 0-1. McLaren set, checks his runner once. Stole away an 0-1 fastball there. See what he goes to for pitch number 2 this at bat. Checks his runner a couple times, goes home, goes back to the fastball and spotted up well outside. 0-2. McLaren way ahead here. Getting exactly where he wants to be. One out on the board, runner on first. If he can get the right ground ball, they'll roll two and be out of it. McLaren comes set. And he'll go over to first. Might have him on this one, just barely got back in time. Drake Wood playing with some fire over there at first base. McLaren has shown that he's very eager to go that way and try and steal that out. 0-2 at the plate. Sulphur trying to get something started with less than 2. McLaren checks and goes home. Back to the fastball and fouled off by Morris. Count will remain where it is, 0-2. Now, I know I'm down here alone, but honestly, the setup didn't go too bad. I didn't have enough time to put together a real cool montage shot of the field for an intro video, though. I was kind of disappointed by that, like what you'd see on a Major League broadcast. Maybe we'll do that in the future. 0-2, curveball. Swung on, line shot, right center gap, and that's going to get down for extra bases. Lead runner rounding second. He's heading for third as the throw comes in from the outfield. And that's where Wood is going to be held up at third. It's a one-out double for the three-hole Michael Morris. Only the second hit McLaren has given up today. Kind of a rough one there to put ducks on the pond for the cleanup batter, Colton Cole. Well, Sulphur knocking on the door here in the bottom of the first. Bethany needs a miracle to get out of this one without giving up anything, it feels like. No double play on the board. Second and third occupied. Getting the cleanup batter here, Colton Cole up to bat. Schedule change, obviously tomorrow's game with baseball has been moved up to 2 o'clock p.m. and there won't be a JV game afterwards, but The soccer games that were supposed to happen tomorrow night has also been moved to today. So it was a bit of a logistical nightmare for us, but we got through it. Swing and a miss right here from Colton Cole. Count 0-1. He was trying to do some damage, score some runs with that kind of a swing. Bethany's outfield sort of pinching left center right now. Not too much over. Damian Aguilar out in center field. He's the one to keep an eye on. 0-1. Gets high and it gets away from Lloyd. Both runners going to try to advance, and there's run number 1 for the Sulphur Bulldogs. So that's how the first run of the game scores on the pass ball right there, and Sulphur pretty hyped about that one. Counts 1-1 at the plate. Second now clear, third remains occupied. Hey, we didn't get a chance to say much about it, but our starting lineups were brought to you by Myers Roofing back in Bethany, Oklahoma. Thanks so much to Myers Roofing. 1-1, swung on and missed again. 1-2. Well, Cole does have a pretty flat swing. He's trying to meet that fastball square and dump it somewhere shallow outfield. Kind of has an awkward stance. He's closed off, but standing back in the box. McLaren tries to go outside on him, can draw out a swing, 2-2. I would not be surprised if Cole struggles to get to that outside pitch here, but it doesn't look like he's struggling with it that much. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McLaren winds and delivers. Goes back outside, just missed. Full count at 3-2. Excellent pitch right there. Trying to earn that low outside corner. McLaren set once more. Here's a big one. Cole stands in. The 3-2 offering. Pitch is swung on and popped up. Wind's going to push that back out of play towards us. Landed somewhere behind everything out here. Behind this trailer that's behind even me. I'm basically in this crowd, by the way. If you're wanting to peek behind the curtain, I'm just on top of the crowd next to the concession stand with my tarp out here, my tent. So all these foul balls could be dangerous. Never know. 3-2 once more. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase up in the zone. McLaren's first strikeout and out number 2 on the board. Yeah, and that's the one he was looking for right there. Had a feeling he was going to keep trying to throw it away from Cole, trying to get him to go out and reach for it, and he does exactly that. Number 1, Bridge Barrett, up to bat next, starting shortstop. The 0-0 to him. Going back outside, but that one misses as well. 1-0. Barrett had the error in the top half of the first that allowed the sole base runner for the Bethany Broncos. Didn't end up hurting Sulphur at all. 1-0 count. McLaren's next offering, swung on, line drive right side, heading down the right field line, and that's going to rope foul. 1-1. Yeah, that one had a lot of slice to it right there. No surprise by that. Well, driving down here to Sulphur, right off the highway, they've got this new fine chocolate factory. I was very tempted to stop by. Now, I was also tempted to keep driving and go find me some fried pies, but that might be coming up a little bit later on. If you're coming down to this area for the game, and I see plenty of Bethany Broncos faithful in attendance, check out those fried pies, or maybe go take a tour of the factory and tell me what's up. 1-1 thrown at the head of Barrett right there. 2-1. That's another aspect of the game, command. Now, we had a little bit of rain in the final game over last weekend back at Putnam City Original, who, by the way, we're going to be seeing again before too long. So command was a little bit of an issue. Now, that wind is going to add a little bit extra to all these pitches. Another foul ball heading out of play. 2-2. So you got to be even more dialed in than usual to make sure your fastballs stay in the zone and your breaking balls go where you want them to. Coach Broyles just came out of the dugout and yelled at Burleson out and right, saying, play shallow. Nothing's getting over your head out there. 2-2, especially in this count. The pitch from McLaren. Swung on, popped up. Wynn's going to catch this one. Looks like it's Burleson to make the call and the grab. That does it for the bottom of the first. Sulphur grabs the first run of the game. 1-0. The home team leads as we head into the second. Thanks for tuning in so far, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're enjoying the game. We'll be back after this commercial break for the top of 2.
Ship It Sooner at 210 North Mustang Mall Terrace is your packaging and shipping headquarters for Mustang and the surrounding area, using all major carriers. Sign up now for your private mailbox and enjoy the benefits a post office box does not offer. Faxing, printing, copies, notary service, and passport photos. Ship It Sooner is locally owned and operated. Call 405-256-6264 or go to shipitsooner.com.
At the home of the Gotta Have It, you'll find Apple Tree Antique Gallery, located in the heart of downtown Bethany at 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. Enjoy spacious shopping with up to 77 unique vendors across more than 10,000 square feet, offering everything from jewelry and clothing to one-of-a-kind treasures and so much more. Don't miss our third Friday weekend specials every month, and yes, we're open Sundays. Call us at 495-0602. Apple Tree Antique Gallery in Bethany, home of the Gotta Have It.
Top of 2 here in Sulphur, Oklahoma. Sulphur Bulldogs did grab the first run of this game with 1 in the bottom half of that first. They put runners on 2nd and 3rd. We're only able to score 1 of them off of a pass ball. McLaren was able to shut down the rest. 2 hits given up in that first inning, 1 strikeout for McLaren. Now the Bethany Broncos need to come back on the offensive side and find a way to answer. They have yet to put up a hit in this game. Their only base runner reached on an error. Jaden Rose set to lead things off. He's followed up by Burleson and Bellows here in the top of 2. Second inning brought to you by Aloha Shaved Ice, 8000 Northwest 39th Expressway. For Aloha, call 405-633-7778. Take a little bit of summer with you wherever you go. And there's a first pitch swing from Rose. It gets down in center field. Rose takes a hard round around first, but he can't advance any further. It's a leadoff single in the inning for Jaden Rose. First hit given up by Michael Morris on the Sulphur side. Cruz Burleson up to bat following that leadoff single. He's going to be tasked with moving the runner over. Not many better bats you could have up in this situation than Burleson. He has the speed to drop down a bunt. Let's see if he tries it here. Lets the breaking ball go high, but it's a called strike on him. Now, he did square around for the bunt. It's kind of an unfortunate result of that square, of that take. No bunt on this one. Tried to wait on the breaking ball, but he goes right through. Count quickly 0-2. He's going to come out of the box and take a second here, talk to Coach Lee. I think he might have missed a sign on that 0-1. I think they wanted him to square again. Well, now you got to be tough with 2, find a way to do the job. You've dug yourself a hole, pick off move over to first. Nothing close. Now, since we're working with a new overlay here, I don't have my station update ready to go. Here's the bunt attempt. Burleson gets it down the 2-strike count. Fielded by the pitcher. Morrison goes over to first. He's going to get the out there, but Burleson does the job with 2 strikes, able to get himself kind of out of that hole I talked about. Find a way to do the job. Isaac Bellows up to bat next. We're number 6. Runner on second. Bellows stands in. RBI chance for the freshman. The 0-0 to him. It's the breaking ball. He thought about it for a second. Actually waited on it very well, but didn't end up going around. 0-1. Chance start up from the Bethany side. They want to see the kid do something special here. Morrison out of the stretch. Checks his runner. He's going to go with an inside move that way to keep him close. No throw over. Count stays 0-1. Our stream sponsors are Simplified Tech Solutions and Ship It Sooner. Simplified Tech, 4221 North MacArthur, back in War Acres. Ship It Sooner, 210 North Mustang Mall Terrace. Morrison checks second a couple times again. He's going to go home with this one. Fastball. Bellows takes a hack at it, pops it up right side, shallow right field. Could be trouble, but the catch is going to be made. No tag there from Rose. Pop out to right field. So is the catcher, Max Lloyd, stepping into the box. 2 outs on the board.
Max Lloyd.
Rose remained on second following his leadoff single and Burleson's bunt. Now Lloyd has to find a way to get him in and tie this game up. Currently Sulphur leads 1-0 in the top of 2. The 0-0 to Lloyd. There's that same breaking ball, and Morrison gets another strike on it, 0-1. That's going to be a dangerous pitch for Michael Morris this whole game. Wind picking up again. Morris looks to second. Home to second again. Middle infielders holding him on. They'll vacate, and time called right before the pitch. Good decision right there from Max Lloyd. Essentially just forces Morris to throw one extra. Count stays 0-1. See if we can get him again. I imagine Morris is going to go home a little bit quicker here. Checks first. And he does go home. Fastball swung right through. 0-2 on Lloyd. Morris goes outside on him there, and well, he kind of tried to take it the other way. 0-2. Morris set. One look and he goes home again. This one lined over to right field, but the catch made behind the shoulder by the starting second baseman, Maddox Mobley. Again, the wind just kind of holds that one up enough. Any other day, that's probably a hit for Lloyd, but hey, welcome to baseball. That kind of thing happens more often than not. We're going to break, bottom of the second after this.
Stan's Plumbing is your locally owned full-service licensed and bonded plumbing company, proudly serving the Oklahoma City Metro for over 30 years. Stan's provides all types of plumbing services like faucet and toilet repairs, sewer repair and trenchless pipe replacement, water heater repair and installation, both tank and tankless, plus drain cleaning and jetting. All plumbers arrive with fully stocked trucks and can resolve your plumbing problems in a timely manner. Since 1988, Stan's Plumbing has held itself to a higher standard in plumbing. Call 405-721-5100 to schedule your appointment. Stan's Plumbing, Valley Service in a dirty business. 405-721-5100.
The parking lots are full because it's always a celebration at Chelito's Mexican Restaurant in Yukon at 1227 Garth Brooks Boulevard in the Chisholm Shopping Center. With a traditional flair of Mexican casual dining where your meal always begins with complimentary chips, cheese, and salsa. Then a lengthy menu selection from fajitas, tacos, enchiladas, fish tacos, and so much more. You don't have to be shy at Chelito's. Ask for our daily specials and finish your meal with our sopapilla or pick something from our dessert menu. Oklahomans have chosen Chelito's Mexican Restaurants in Yukon at 1227 Garth Brooks Boulevard in the Chisholm Shopping Center. Call 405-350-2006.
Bottom of the second here in Sulphur, Oklahoma. 1-0 lead for the Sulphur Bulldogs. Number 4, Jackson to lead things off for the guys in white and red. Thank you for joining us here on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk. And what I was trying to say in that first, before I kind of forgot about it, I don't have most of the usual stuff cooked up here for you due to the brand new overlays, but I do have our station update. New on GSN Sports and Talk, a brand new video has been posted. They're calling it The Match. Luke versus Blake in a shooting competition. We had a lot of fun making it. It's brand new on YouTube. Do tune in. It was, like I said, a lot of fun to make, but also a lot of fun to film, and we had a pretty good time. Pretty good competition, I like to think. Now, I'm not much of a basketball player, so you know, but hey, thank you for your support. There's your station update here in the second. Jackson comes up to bat, starting catcher here for the Sulphur Bulldogs. Bats out the right-handed side. He's got Sarders behind him and Taylor in the hole. Sarders, the starting center fielder. Taylor out and right. McLaren on the bump through his start so far, now working through his second full. 2 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 run given up. He has no walks. First pitch of this at bat looks to be a slider low, just misses out the bottom of the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. That's the kind of pitch that is going to have a lot of uses today. Already dealing the 1-0 pitch. He deals, gets him to pop it up right side. Sinnes sees it, makes the early call, heading over to the Sulphur dugout, and he makes the grab. 1 gone, thanks to Connor Sinnes. Following the pop out, here's Traver Sarter, starting center fielder, repping number 6. his first time up to bat, obviously. Now you see Burleson still kind of shading in here. Aguilar will head over to the right side of the second base from our point of view to meet him. Nothing with one out. Fastball looking for the up-out corner. Doesn't find it. Ball number 1. McLaren's doing a good job of trying to earn that outer half right here. We call that trying to establish your spot 2-0. The more he throws that and the later in this game it gets, the more effective it's going to be. For now, Sulphur staying patient on it, trying to look for something more over the middle. Lloyd sets up inside, the 2-0 pitch. Hit his spot, but again, just not there for the home up, 3-0. Starter's about to draw the first walk of the game for the Sulphur Bulldogs. McLaren got to come back over the zone here. 3-0. He winds, delivers, and he'll get the easy strike call, 3-1. I actually had to turn off our live mic today because of the wind. It's not too good when it's so windy that you can't hear the broadcaster on the broadcast. 3-1 pitch. Skips by for ball number 4. That's going to put a runner over at first. One's still gone here. With starters on board, here's number 14, Harrison Taylor. A pair of lefties batting towards the bottom of the Sulphur order. Maddox Mobley now stands on deck. He's got a good walk-up song, I'll give him that. I was always more of a rock guy for my walk-up songs. Although I did do a couple hip-hop songs every now and then. Nothing from McLaren with the runner on. It's a bunt attempt, push to the left side. McLaren fields on a bare hand. He fires over to first, got the runner there. The lead guy heads over to second. 2 outs on the board. Number 12, 9-hole batter Maddox Mobley up to bat. Sulphur has once again done the job, moved a man over into scoring position. Pressure now on the Broncos to perform here. They do have 2 outs on the board. If you can get that easy contact, should be an easy out 3. Nothing. McLaren comes set after checking his runner. Taking his time, looks that way again. Goes home the 0-0. Swung on and fouled sharply off and out of play. 0-1. That's both pitcher trying to get ahead and batter trying to jump on an early fastball. Those are the kind of matchups you want to see, these kinds of at-bats in this situation. No balls, 1 strike. Mellows and Suarez holding on the runner. Both crash. Now they vacate. McLaren lifts, inside move, wanting to keep him close. Doesn't go home on this one. 0-1. Hey, shout out Mike Gannon, our board operator back in Oklahoma City. He's helping us out on the audio-only stream. Thanks, Mike. Hope EPH 511 is good. McLaren checks second a couple times again. This time he will go home. The 0-1, looking back outside, called strike 2. That's the strike he was looking for in the at-bat prior. Gets it here. Way ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. McLaren's got his choice of pitch to throw here. Looking for the put-away. Comes set. Mobley got to be tough with 2 strikes here for Sulphur. The pitch. Breaking ball. Ooh, well placed, but not strike 3. 1-2. I absolutely love the idea from McLaren there. I think that's a great pitch call from Coach Willis. Let's see if he goes to it again, though. Like I said, it's only 1-2. Has plenty of balls to give here. You can try to fool him on this one. McLaren set. Lifts in the 1-2. Went back to the fastball, and that's another foul ball. Count stays where it is. Yeah, Mobley very clearly hunting that fastball. Wonder if he'd be willing to let that slider, that curve go by outside for strike 3 if you can spot it up correctly. It's been kind of iffy on that outer half a couple of times here tonight. I'm not sure about the off-speed there. McLaren might try to gas him up with the fastball once more. It's already gotten a strike on that high. The 1-2 pitch from Brody McLaren. There is the breaker, but it's too far out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. If Mobley gets on somehow, it rolls over to the top of the order with Carter Cole. Drake Wood stands in the hole right now, and Wood was the first hit of the game. And here we go again. McLaren set, 2-2. Lifts and deals. Oh, and throws that one away. Hard bounce off of the backstop. That's going to allow the runner to essentially walk into third right there. You see how far up the third base line that ball got. Full count, 3-2, 2 outs. Well, it just got that much more interesting here in this at-bat. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on third, thrown against the 9-hole batter. Never want to walk the 9 to get to the 1. The 3-2 pitch from McLaren went right after him with the fastball, gets a ground ball back to him, flips it over to first, and there's out number 3. Hey, it was interesting down to the end, but McLaren gets out of it. We'll head to the next inning with Sulphur still leading 1-0. Not bad, not bad. Pretty good game so far. I'm enjoying this one.
Stephanie's Vintique and the Plaster Paint Company is all Oklahoma made at 3821 Asbury in Bethany, featuring vintage, chalk paint, antiques, clothing, vegan soaps and lotion, homemade cards, decor, and furniture. And space is available for rent to start your own business at Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company. Call 405-249-3604 and see why people are coming from all over the metro for this paint and decor. Or you can visit us at theplasterpaintcompany.com and also see us on Facebook. Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company in Bethany. Start your Vintique experience.
M&T Septic and Backhoe is your call for septic installation, pumping, and repair needs. M&T Septic and Backhoe has been installing septic systems for over 25 years. From home builders to homeowners, from old-fashioned septics to aerobic systems and lift stations, give M&T Septic and Backhoe a call at 405-387-9353. A call for all your septic systems, storm shelter, or utility needs, offering free estimates and willing to work with you on all projects. Call 405-387-9353. M&T Septic and Backhoe.
Top of the third here in Sulphur, Oklahoma. I was looking at the district rankings so far. As I've said a couple of times, Sulphur leads as number 1. They're 21-2 on the year, 10-0 in district. Tuttle is number 2 at 21-4 on the year and 10-0 in district. Then Bethany's 8-2 in district, 13-7 on the year. First pitch of this inning in there to Aguilar for strike number 1. He squared around for a bunt and pulled it back. But Purcell, the number 14, 14-7 on the year, 6-4, pretty similar to Bethany. So it's kind of like that. 1-2 is similar, 3-4 is similar. In those head-to-head matchups, those races for positioning come playoffs are going to be very interesting to watch. I mean, we're less than a month away from the first round, folks. Strike 2 dealt here to Aguilar, 1-2. Went back to the fastball against 1-1. This inning goes Aguilar, McLaren, and Willis for the Bethany Broncos. Morris already dealing. The 1-2 got him to chase high. 1 gone here in the top of 3. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good pitching. That's a great at-bat right there from Morris. McLaren up for his second time around. He popped out to short his last time up. Lets the ball go in the dirt in the other batter's box. 1-0 here. Hey, top of the third. So this inning's brought to you by Victory Mattress Outlet, 7101 Northwest Expressway in Suite 610. Ball 2 dealt in the dirt as well. For Victory Mattress Outlet, call 405-510-6988. Thanks so much to Victory Mattress, where your best night's sleep costs less. 2-0 pitch misses up and out. 3 balls, no strikes. McLaren way ahead here, going to be in auto take mode. So as we're saying that, let's talk about what's coming up later this week. We're going to have a coaches show, potentially with baseball, maybe with another team. McLaren draws the walk. But it's going to be a Victory Mattress Outlet, so you've heard us talking about them a lot. You're going to get a chance to actually go in and see the store here coming up Wednesday, and we invite everybody to tune in. Usually it's in the evening around 5 p.m. We're not sure when this one is going to be, but I'll be out there. Blake Vance will be out there. And if it is baseball, then we know we're going to have a great time because these guys are crazy. So after McLaren's walk, here's Cooper Willis. Lined out to left his last time up. There's a big looping breaking ball to kick off his at-bat. Ball 1 dealt outside. Yeah, he's not going to be looking for that. He's going to be looking for that fastball like he got last time, something he can crush. Counts 1-0. Morris checks and goes home. Left it high against Willis. 6 balls in a row here for Michael Morris. Definitely not the same start to an inning we saw in the first 2 from Morris. See if he can dial it in for Sulphur. 2-0. McLaren has a decent lead. Doesn't go here. And there is strike 1 dealt on a fastball low into Willis. Not even a bad pitch to take, and I don't think he was swinging until he got a strike anyways. 2-1, the count of the plate. Catcher sets up, middle out. Morris goes over to first. His move not in time. Count remains 2-1. And McLaren over on first represents one of the best opportunities Bethany has had already in this young game. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball ripped down the third base line, heading foul. I like that swing from Willis again. He has shown that he is able to get that barrel out in front of everything Morris has offered. When you take away a fastball like that, you get a lot more of an advantage in the box. 2-2. Morris comes set. Got to throw his best pitch here. McLaren goes. It's a ball at the plate. The throw down to second in time. What a throw by Jackson. 2 gone. And now you see a little bit about why Sulphur has been so good this year. It has a lot to do with number 2 behind the plate. Jax Johnson, throughout this whole season, been hearing about him on and on. He's a pretty talented arm. 3-2 fouled off. Willis stays alive. Basically got to go through this the long way now with 2 outs on the board. Even if he gets on, it's a tough ask for the Broncos now to score a run this inning. Morris lines and deals. There's a breaking ball snagged at third. What a glove. The throw across going to be in time for Willis. Are you kidding me? That play from Drake Wood over on the hot corner. Played that on the sharpest hop imaginable and still got the out. That's just kind of how some of these games recently have gone for the Bethany Broncos. We're done with the top of the third. Now we head to the bottom half, still trailing 1-0 against the Sulphur High School Bulldogs.
Step up to the next level at Coyote Pond, home of the $20 FFL transfer. Coyote Pond at 5804 Northwest 63rd and MacArthur makes the difference in customer service with a selection of just about everything with top dollar loans and rock bottom prices. Locally owned and operated, Coyote Pond is the destination headquarters for Bethany, Yukon, and Oklahoma City, and the home of the $20 FFL transfers. Call 405-470-7999 or go to coyotepond.com. That's 405-470-7999 and coyotepond.com.
Gallegos Mexican Restaurant at 7000 Northwest 23rd at Rockwell in Bethany is locally owned and operated. Authentic Mexican food. Open 11 to 9 Monday through Friday and 10 to 8 Saturday and Sunday. Gallegos Mexican Restaurant offers a variety of Mexican plates, daily lunch specials starting at $8.99 Monday through Friday, and menudo on the weekends with more traditional dishes. Gallegos Mexican Restaurant. Call 405-506-0790. Northwest 23rd at Rockwell. Gallegos Mexican Restaurant.
Well, we've found our rhythm here in the bottom of the third. Thanks for tuning in, everybody who's watching this one. 1-0 Sulphur leads over your Bethany Broncos here in Sulphur, Oklahoma. And I would not be surprised if it goes like this all the way to the end of the game. Okay, these two squads, I don't know if I would say evenly matched, but they match up well into each other. It's a lot harder to say, evenly matched against squads like this. But they both have something that the other doesn't want to see, especially in these conditions. Bethany has a great defense, all right? They're going to make their plays in the field. And Sulphur, you just saw right there the kind of talent they have, but they also swing really well. So it's like the matchup, okay, is the Sulphur offense going to be able to get to the Bethany defense, or will the Bethany defense with the wind at their back shut down the Sulphur offense? So far, Sulphur's got the slight advantage with a 1-0 lead, but it could change in a moment. The moment Bethany gets a little bit of a rally going with no outs, it could be a very different ballgame. Leading off this inning and trying to avoid that future is Carter Cole. the DH. We're back at the top here for Sulphur. Their second time through the order. And Lloyd has a strap come loose on his catching equipment, so we call for a quick time. Hey, I was thinking on the way down here, I got something fun for you. It looks like it fully snapped maybe, so he's going to have to get help pulling that back on. If you're watching on YouTube, you know what you can do for us, because I'm very interested to see it, is go ahead and comment in our YouTube live stream chat where you're listening or where you're watching from. Because I am kind of interested to hear where everybody is tuning into this game from. I assume most people are back in Bethany, but I've had a few grandparents in Texas watching and things like that, so it's very cool. Well struck ball deep out to center. Wynn going to catch that one. No trouble for Aguilar. Now, the way the Sulphur dugout reacted to that one, you would have thought that was going 500 feet dead center. Not today. Not today. One out on the board. With Cole retired, here's Drake Wood. Wood was the first hit of this game on either side in the bottom of the first. Stands back in for his second time. McLaren, the 0-0 to him. Threw that one in the dirt. Ball one. I think he's just kind of overthrowing it on that one. Every time he throws a ball like that, he puts a lot behind it, yes, but sometimes he kind of struggles to locate it. 1-0. And he comes back inside for strike number one, and that's exactly what he was needing to come back with. Beautiful pitch. Even count of 1-1. McLaren winds, delivers on the even count, gets a foul ball straight back, 1-2. I mean, if he can stay right there, keep throwing with some velo, but leave it, just a little bit up, leave just a little bit outside, he's going to have a lot of success throughout the rest of this game. 1-2. Looking for out number 2. Swing and a miss. McLaren strikes out Wood. His second K of his start.
Now batting number 25, Mike Morris.
Number 25, opposing pitcher Michael Morris up to bat following the swinging strikeout. 2 gone, bases empty. McLaren trying to make it a quick inning here for Sulphur. Don't believe they've gone down 1-2-3 yet. I mentioned third innings brought to you by Victory Mattress Outlet, but I also got a shout out. 1 second here, the 0-0. Ball dealt way high. Yeah, that's fun to listen to. Also got a shout out the people who made that video I gave you an update about earlier possible. Hoop OKC. Hoop OKC, call 405-448-0099. Again, go watch that video on our YouTube channel to see what Hoop OKC is all about. With their arcade basketball trailer, swinging strike there, 1-1. Morris was looking for a pitch he could crush, just barely missed it. Looked like it ran low outside. Even count once again at 1-1. McLaren still working out of the windup. Winds and delivers. Tried to go even further out on him, but couldn't catch the zone with that one. 2-1. I mean, hey, that's the idea. Try to earn a little bit more off of the plate and then a little bit more off the plate. The old Nolan Ryan strategy. 2-1. McLaren's pitch. That one not competitive enough. 3 balls, 1 strike. McLaren set. His 3-1 pitch. Big swing from Morris, but he fouls it straight into Lloyd's mitt. 3-2. But no matter how the at-bat started off, McLaren has it in an even count. Gotta do your best pitch here. I think he's most comfortable with the fastball. The 3-2. Goes to it. Jam shot. Left side, shallow left field. It's going to be a tough play for Whitener, and he's not going to be able to get there in time. It's a single on the board for the 3-hole batter, Michael Morris. It went 2 outs. Sulphur puts a man on.
Next up, number 17, first baseman Colt.
Colton Cole, the DH, up to bat. Only the third hit McLaren has been given up here, and again, with the kind of wind in that spot, that's just going to be a single pretty much every time. Not much Widener could do about it. Nothing to the new batter Cole. McLaren set, now working out of the stretch. He's been eager to pick off in earlier innings, but I don't know if he messes around with it here. Checks first 3 times, goes home. Fastball missed outside, back pick, skips over to Sidness, but he gloves it. 1-0. Oh, and I also didn't mention first pitch. First pitch was also brought to you by C&J Sporting Goods. I knew I was forgetting something. McLaren's 1-0 to the plate. Popped up right side. Sidness might have a chance to make a play on it. Let's see where it ends up. And out of play. And well out of play at that. 1-1. So far with, again, I mentioned a beautiful field here. A lot of what's happening around us is under construction, but they've got the intermediate school out to our, I guess that would be west. It's got a playground out there with some kids running around. They're going to go swatting those foul balls anytime they're hit over there. 1-1, it's pretty great to see. McLaren set. Runner doesn't go. 1-1 pitch outside. Another back pick attempt from Lloyd, and it's off the line. 2-1. Trying to keep that runner honest. I mean, I don't disagree with that at all. 2 balls, 1 strike. McLaren shakes once. Now he has a sign. Comes set, ready to deal. Going after Colton Cole here. It's a pickoff move over to first. Not in time. April 13th, 2026. It's 5:46 p.m. Central Time. I mean, beautiful day. Feels like spring, or, well, what spring should feel like. 2-1, runner goes. Ball low and out, the throw down to second. Skips once, and it's knocked down on the cut. Stolen bag there for Morris. Gonna get a ball dealt at the plate, 3-1. I believe it's Nate Wood out there courtesy running, but of course the stolen bag is attributed to Morris. Another hitter's count here, 3 balls, 1 strike. McLaren set, got to be careful what he leaves over the plate. His pitch, fastball jumped on. There's the fly ball out to center, and that's going to be gloved by Aguilar. There's the grab. Again, just pitch to contact is going to work wonders for you here today. The wind keeps everything like that from going anywhere. We're done with the 3rd inning. Sulphur still leads 1-0 on the home field. Bethany back up to bat when we return from break.
Gallegos Mexican Restaurant at 7000 Northwest 23rd at Rockwell in Bethany is locally owned and operated. Authentic Mexican food, open 11 to 9 Monday through Friday and 10 to 8 Saturday and Sunday. Gallegos Mexican Restaurant offers a variety of Mexican plates, daily lunch specials starting at $8.99 Monday through Friday, and menudo on the weekends with more traditional dishes. Gallegos Mexican Restaurant, call 405-506-0790. Northwest 23rd at Rockwell, Gallegos Mexican Restaurant.
Eris Lunara Med Spa and Aesthetics at 800 South Garth Brooks Boulevard, Suite 100 utilizes cutting-edge technology and personalized treatment plans centered around your goals, your comfort, and your natural beauty. Experience a range of services from IV therapy, Sculptra, acne treatments, and much more. With state-of-the-art machines like the T-Shape 2, Eris Lunara offers non-invasive, proven, and natural solutions for healthier skin that will have you feeling exquisite and rejuvenated. Other services like platelet-rich plasma therapy and peptide therapy not only enhance your natural features, but promote recovery and health at all levels. Call 405-563-1255 or stop by 800 South Garth Brooks Boulevard, Suite 100 to find out about what Eris Lunara Med Spa and Aesthetics can do for you. Remember, call 405-563-1255 today.
Suarez up to bat to lead off the top of the 4th. He takes a strike right down the gut to begin this one. 0-1. Quick second pitch to him. He waits on a breaking ball, skies it out right side. Look at all fielders run. Whoa, what a catch. Deep in foul ground. That's Maddox Mobley, who's already made a couple of great grabs today. able to put out Suarez. I mean, that ball was hit pretty much all the way to the right field fence and foul ground. So Mobley had a long way to go for it. Maybe I was wrong when I, previewed these teams. Maybe it's Sulphur with the lights out defense and Bethany with an offense that needs to fight against it. 0-1. Sidness tried to sit on a breaking ball himself, but he goes fishing. 0-2. Morris way ahead. His 0-2 pitch, fastball. Sidness was ready for it. Count stays where it is. Fourth inning brought to you by Integrity Services, 711 Northeast 39th Street. Call 405-833-5992 for Integrity. They're heating, plumbing, air conditioning, all of that great stuff, and great people as well. Weird flare, ground ball off to third. It's clean. Oh, but the throw over to first is actually not caught. Colton Cole just a little bit thrown off, maybe, by Sidness running down the line. Well, either way, Sidness will reach on the air. Runner on. Bethany given a gift here in the top of the fourth. I guess that's the commentator's curse right there for saying Sulphur had a great defense and then that happens. I'll take that, though. That's a good caster's curse. That's not the bad one. Jaden Rose up to bat. He's the lone hit of the day for the Bethany Broncos. Knocked a single his last time up. Nothing to him. There's a looping 12-6 breaking ball in there for strike number 1. 0-1. I don't know how you're supposed to hit that. I mean, that starts very, very high. Ground ball sent to short. Glove there. They're going to go to second for 1. The roll over to first in time for the double play. Rose grounds into the 6-4-3 double play, and that does it for the top of the fourth. A quick inning for the Bethany Broncos. Still 1-0 Sulphur as we head to the bottom half.
Say aloha to your new favorite shaved ice and coffee shop, Aloha Shaved Ice. On the corner of Northwest 39th Expressway and Council. Aloha brings the summer vibes no matter what the weather looks like outside. Their year-round shaved ice means you get to enjoy classic flavors like grape, strawberry, and cotton candy, while their extensive selection of coffee complements that chill flavor perfectly. Looking for something different? Aloha has specialty drinks for days. Try the Banana Split, Fuzzy Monkey, Spider-Man, or Shrek. And trust us when we say that's only a small part of their specialty lineup. Sharp-eyed visitors may also notice Aloha's local support and drinks like the Bethany Broncos, SNU Crimson Storm, SCU Eagles, and Boomer Sooner. You can enjoy games like chess or Candyland while you dine in the cozy atmosphere, or sit outside and find yourself whisked away to the shore. Kick back with all your friends at Aloha, 8000 Northwest 39th Expressway. Call 405-633-7778, and remember that you can take that sunshine with you thanks to their drive-thru lane. Aloha Shaved Ice and Coffee Shop, 8000 Northwest 39th Expressway. 405-633-7778.
Bottom of the fourth in Sulphur, Oklahoma. We welcome you back here to the Gospel Station Sports and Talk and GSN Sports and Talk. Hope everybody's enjoying the stream so far. Bethany forced into a quick inning in the top half after a 6-4-3 double play. Now they've held Sulphur scoreless for the past two. Got to do it again here. If you're the Bethany Broncos, you got to be thinking, keep this game low scoring. Don't let Sulphur put up one or two more. The way the offenses have looked today in these conditions is not conducive to high-scoring affairs. Shortstop, number 1, Bridge Barrett up to bat, leading off this inning. He's got Jax Jackson behind him and Traber Sarders behind him. 5, 6, and 7 for the Sulphur Bulldogs. These two teams conclude their series tomorrow at 2 o'clock p.m. back in Bethany, Oklahoma. We'll be out there broadcasting the conclusion of this one. 1 versus 3 in District 4A3. An early bunt attempt pulled back and a ball taken right there for Barrett. 1-0. And on that one, we should have our full crew and maybe even a special guest coming out. It's either going to be Tuesday or Thursday, depending on how things play out. 1-0. Claren deals, no bunt attempt on that one. Another ball in the dirt, 2-0. McLaren so far 1 run on 3 hits. He's walked 1 and struck out 2. Currently down 2-0 against Bridge Barrett. Yeah, only 2 hits for Sulphur, only 1 hit for Bethany. It's going to be like that all day long, and most likely tomorrow. Ball dealt outside, quickly 3-0. Ship It Sooner, more about them, 210 North Mustang Mall Terrace, 405-256-6264 for Ship It Sooner, your local shipping experts. Strike dealt inside, 3-1. Ship It Sooner also have some exclusive offers on things like their private mailbox rentals you'll want to check into, so stop by 210 North Mustang Mall Terrace yourself. We'll have a show out there at the end of the month. We invite you to tune into that one too. Hitters count at 3-1. Jackson stands in. Here's the pitch from McLaren. He's actually going to square around for another bunt. He'll take a ball outside for number 4. Interesting. I can't say I've seen a lot of people square around for a bunt, whether he's going to try to knock it down or not on 3-1. But it works out for Sulphur. A base runner with no one out. Here's Jackson. Again, our feature sponsors are Coyote Pond, Victory Mattress Outlet, Simplify Tech, and Toro Taxes, with Ship It Sooner also our scoreboard sponsor. Here's another shown bunt from Jackson. Move over to first. Oh, no. Hey, you didn't get to see that pickoff, but I think he had him. Field ump says he got just underneath it. That was the best pickoff move of the day for McLaren. I mean, I thought he had him, folks. No pitch thrown home. Jackson stands back in. McLaren checks his runner. Might cause Barrett to have a shorter lead. He takes off. Strike at home. The throw down to second, not going to be in time. So after the called safe in the field, Sulphur immediately gets a stolen bag out of it, and that's got a sting for the Bethany Broncos. You know they wanted that out at first, and again, I thought they had it. Well, I won't say much more about it other than that. Runner in scoring position here for Sulphur, bottom of the 4th. Nothing to one at the plate. Got a good batter up in Jackson. He's going to take a strike on the outer half. Well framed by Max Lloyd. Nothing in 2. Of course, obviously now, double play, not on the board, not at least a traditional one. Got to get these next 3 the long way. A strikeout here would help. McLaren, nothing in 2. Check second a couple of times. Goes once more, holds him on the lift, and goes home. Ground ball back to him. He can't glove. It's got to be Bellows at second. Takes an awkward hop off of him. No one up the middle of the infield can come up with baseball. Thankfully, Suarez able to stop it before a runner advances. Men on the corners here for Sulphur. What an awkward ball. Deflected off of McLaren's glove. Bounced up on Bellows. I'm going to guess it caught the lip of the dirt in the grass. Kind of went off of his arm at a weird angle. Looks like we're going to have a mound visit from Coach Robert Lee. So we'll be back after a quick break. Let them talk this one through.
What are laws on immigration? Contact Tipton Law Center in Oklahoma City at 405-209-1925. Melissa Tipton Duncans has the passion with experience with a solid foundation of knowledge in immigration law. The Tipton Law Center is located at 5909 Northwest Expressway at MacArthur and will also take cases in family law, criminal law, international law, adoptions, or readoptions. For immigration law, contact attorney Melissa Tipton Duncans at Tipton Law Center, 405-209-1925.
Now it's a tough situation with runners on the corners, first and third. Coach Lee heading out there to talk to his infielders, specifically his first pitcher and catcher, about what situation they're putting on here. Should the runner at first take off? Are they willing to give up that run from third to potentially get the out at second, or are they going to throw it down, try to cut it off, and do something funky here? Guess we're about to find out. Number 6, Traber Sardis up to bat. If they can get a ground ball, they can roll 2, and they'll trade the out for trade 2 outs for that 1 run. Bethany definitely feels like they can still fight back from 2 down. Here's an early shown bunt from Sarders. Move over to first. McLaren with another good one, not in time. Can't buy a pickoff right here now, I'll tell you what. McLaren immediately set, already ready to go. Nothing at the plate. Sarders stands in. No bunt shown this time. Runner goes. Lloyd fakes the throw down and can't get the runner at third. Just be a stolen bag for the man on first. Looks like it was a ball dealt at the plate. 1-0. So, Sulphur gets the runner over anyways, takes off the double play. Bethany doesn't get anything out of it. It's unfortunate. McLaren lifts, deals, tried to jam him, gets a called strike. And it looks like that first pitch was actually a called strike, so it's 0-2. Even better, though. Sarders 7-hole batter, starting center fielder. They got to get him here. 0-2 for McLaren. Swung on and ripped through the 5-6 gap. That's going to be into the outfield. 1 run's going to score. The throw comes in from Whitener. Not going to be in time to the plate. It's an RBI single for Sarders on the 0-2 count. Two and 0, Sulphur leads. They put up 1 run in the bottom of the first and 1 run in the bottom of the fourth, and they're still knocking on the door, trying to put up more. Harrison Taylor up to bat next, number 14, starting right fielder. Runner still on the corners. Now, Bethany might try the same look if the runner goes. He's got a decent lead, kind of leaning towards second. McLaren picks over to keep him close. I'm not surprised by that one. Now the question is, should he throw over again? I might throw over again in this situation, go to a real move, a quick move. McLaren steps off as the sign is yet to come in. No outs on the board, first and third occupied. McLaren set. Looks at first, goes home. Left the ball high and kind of slipped on the mound right there. 1-0. See him kind of kick the dirt around. I don't think he liked the way his plant foot landed on that one. 1-0. McLaren set once again. Runner at first, hadn't gone anywhere yet. McLaren goes home. Shown bunt, taken for a ball outside. 2 balls, no strikes on Taylor. Hey, it's just past 6 o'clock p.m. Central Time. That means EPH 5:11 p.m. has concluded. So we welcome everybody who is tuned into that show to Sulphur, Oklahoma. Your Bethany Broncos taking on the Sulphur Bulldogs. Currently 2-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Runners on first and third and a 2-0 count at the plate. Starting pitcher McLaren deals, gets a ground ball right side. Sinnis gloves it. He's going to go home. Lloyd has it, makes the tag, and they get the lead runner. Excellent heads-up play right there from Connor Sinnis. They get out number 1 and don't give up the run. First and second occupied. Now that double play back on the board. Number 12, Maddox Mobley up to bat. Now the scoreboard does say, this is what I was looking at right there, 1 error on each side. I think I know where the one on Sulphur was, but I assume they mean the one on Bellows to be an error. Another ball gets past Lloyd behind the dish on just a normal pass ball on that one, unfortunately 1-0. Both runners will advance. That's kind of been an unfortunate theme throughout this game. Is that there's been a lot of pass balls, wild pitches, things to let runners advance for free. 1-0 at the dish. McLaren winds and deals, gets a swing and a pop-up right side. Sinnis gives chase. Burleson comes racing in. Sinnis makes the grab, but he falls down. That's going to let the lead runner tag up in advance, and Sinnis actually threw it to the backstop. Lloyd able to get there in time, prevents the trail runner from going anywhere. But that will actually be credited a sack fly. And that's run number 3 for Sulphur. It's now a 2-run bottom of the 4th here. Carter Cole, the top of the order, back at the bat for the Sulphur Bulldogs. The DH has a man 90 feet away. Trying to make it a 4-0 ball game in the bottom of the 4th. McLaren winds, deals, first pitch breaking ball in there for strike 1. That's a good early count pitch. He gets to build off of that there. Looks like he's going to go to a fastball high. Does exactly that. Oh, well placed. I mean, beautiful spot. Called ball, 1-1. He just has not been able to buy a strike in some of these counts. That up-out corner doesn't always feel like it's there. 1-1. McLaren's next pitch goes back to the breaking ball. Got him to dip for it. Whitener has to charge, has a long way to go, and he's not going to be able to get to it in time. Another RBI single hit out to shallow left. The second time tonight that Sulphur has been able to pull that off. Runner on first. Cole picks up his first hit and an RBI. It is now a 4-run bottom of the 4th, and that is hit number 4. There should be a 3-run bottom of the 4th for a 4-0 game and a 4-hit performance by Sulphur. A lot of 4s on the board for some reason. McLaren will just pop over to first, keeping an eye on the runner. He's dealing with Drake Wood right now. Starting third baseman, wears number 7. Seen him a couple of times already. This is Wood's 3rd time up. McLaren, slide step, runner goes. Ball outside, the throw down from Lloyd, off the mark. Bellows corrals it. Ball 1 at the plate, and a runner on second. McLaren now has a man back in scoring position. Got to be careful what he throws. Whitener has now made the big adjustment, stands very shallow out in left, shading the line. His next pitch, ball in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. See, I mean, he's not trying to find a barrel right here, and I don't blame him. Doesn't want to give him anything he can crush. Claren just 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. 2-0. Fastball. There's the ground ball to Suarez. He gloves it at short. The throw across in time with a nice stretch from Sinnis. The damage done by Sulphur in the bottom half. It's 4-0 as we now head to the 5th. McLaren able to get out of it with a runner stranded on second, but now the Bethany offense has to come up big as we go to the top of the 5th.
Nobody gives you more. We have great news for you today, folks. Toro Taxes at 5909 Northwest Expressway, Suite 249 can help with all your tax refund needs. Toro Taxes specializes in helping our community get the maximal refund possible, and their team of experienced tax professionals guarantees reliable, efficient, personalized services. Call 580-275-8933 and talk to Toro. 100% secure digital and in-person processes with services in both English and Spanish. Schedule your appointment today and let the experts handle your tax return. 5909 Northwest Expressway, Suite 249. Call 580-275-8933. Don't leave money on the table. Toro Taxes. You don't have to look very far to find a dependable roofing contractor because Myers Roofing is committed to quality roofing systems, excellent customer service, and is all local right here in Bethany. Myers Roofing is licensed, insured, and all work is guaranteed. You can rely on Myers Roofing to take care of your next roofing project, and once you do, you'll understand why our customers keep coming back. Residential roofing, commercial roofing, specialty, tile, maintenance, and repair. Myers Roofing does it all. Call 405-787-7433. That's 405-787-7433.
I want to show off our trailer today. We offer a lot of services all around the metro. We go within 130 miles.
Recently did a house that was 70 to 80 feet. We did it in 2 days, no trouble with shooting it. We were in and out, make sure the customer was really happy with the work.
With liner, it's trenchless, it's headacheless. Any old cast iron, any orange bird, any clay pipe that's pre-existing inside or outside, we can go in and completely reline the inside of that pipe. It turns it all into one solid pipe. You never have to worry about root intrusions. You never have to worry about settling or bellying. Overall, it's a really good product. Everything comes guaranteed. We do make it as trenchless and as headacheless as possible for you guys. Thank you.
Here we are, top of the fifth. First pitch of this one swung on. Burleson pops it up, heading right side, might go out of play. Oh, stays in the field of play, and it's grabbed by Jackson. One pitch, one out for Sulphur. And Burleson retired on the pop out to second. To catcher. Isaac Bellows up to bat. No one on, one gone. Morris working quick. Bellows comes out swinging, fouls one straight at Sulphur. 0-1. Yep, got to keep your head on a swivel out here. Had a few of those sent my way as well. I got to the point at one point where I would start wearing my glove in the dugout just in case. Just in case the wrong swing sent a baseball at my head. 0-1 against Bellows. Next pitch to him. There's the 12-6 breaker, and that misses outside this time for ball one. Fifth inning brought to you by Blake Nightingale State Farm, 7304 Northwest Expressway. Bellows offers out another, hits it down the right field line, and that one's going to land foul. 1-2. Blake Nightingale, call 405-728-1313. We got a brand new interview with him today. You heard it on the pregame show. We might play it again on the postgame show, but either way, you'll hear it again tomorrow. Thanks to Blake. 1-2. Bellows jam shot, fought it off. Number 6 gets to stay alive. Michael Morris, through this game, he's working through his fifth full. Has allowed no runs on, by my count, one hit. There's been one error in the field behind him. Bellows leaves one low, 2-2. Good eye right there from number 6. Says it's got to be more competitive than that. 2-2 offering. There's the one to hit, sends it right back up the middle on the jam shot. This could be trouble. It's a hard charge to throw her to first. Got Bellows by a step. Another great defensive play, that time from the starting shortstop, Bridge Barrett.
Next is the plate number 5, Max Lloyd.
Max Lloyd up to bat, 2 gone. Lloyd, his last time up, lined out to second. He takes ball number 1 high to begin his next at bat, 1-0. 2 outs, no one on. Morris working quick. Foul ball, sent out right side and going foul. 1-1. It's been now through these middle innings a lot of very quick innings for the Bethany Broncos. Lots of first pitch swingings, lots of first pitch outs. Something again, I hate to go back to the weekend, but we saw it a couple of times over the weekend. It was another offensive trend for him. 1-1. Lloyd lets a breaking ball fall out the bottom, 2-1. I think if this team does want to go a long way through playoffs, they do have to have a couple more productive at-bats through the middle innings specifically. Foul ball makes it 2-2. We've seen when they get hot, man, they can get hot. I think back to the comeback victory against Putnam City Original for that one. But they have too many first pitch outs, if you know what I mean. Full count, 3-2, another breaking ball in the dirt. Lloyd stands in. Pitch coming his way. Fastball inside. He's punched out on it. A backwards K for Aguilar. He's retired for the second time. Or excuse me, for Max Lloyd. He's retired for the second time today. It'll be Aguilar in the top of the 6th. But before that, we got to go back to Sulphur. Let's not get ahead of ourselves there. Bottom of the 5th coming your way. Sulphur still leads, this time 4-0.
This is Blake Nightingale State Farm, your local insurance agent over at 7304 Northwest Expressway. Here to tell you more about the business is Blake himself.
Hi, my name is Blake Nightingale, State Farm insurance agent located at 7304 Northwest Expressway here in Oklahoma City. I've been a State Farm agent since 2018. We've got 5 licensed staff members here, and we do everything from auto, home, life insurance, and health insurance. And we're real passionate about helping people. And we love youth sports, and we sponsor a lot of local teams here. And so, like I always tell people, like a good neighbor, we're here to help you.
Just like you heard from Blake, Blake Nightingale State Farm is here to help you protect what's important to you, because your car and home aren't just things. They're where you make your memories. Visit Blake and his friendly staff at 7304 Northwest Expressway and call them at 405-728-1313. Like a good neighbor, Blake Nightingale is there.
Bottom of the 5th, Sulphur leads 4-0 on the home field. 6:15 p.m. Central Time. Thanks for spending your evening with us here on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk. Next half inning, it'll go Aguilar, McLaren, Willits for the Bethany Broncos. But here for Sulphur, it looks like it's going to be Morris, Cole, and Barrett. That's 3, 4, and 5. A dangerous part of the order, to be sure. McLaren back on the bump. Had a little bit of an unlucky last half inning. Nearly stole away a couple outs in the field, but the calls just didn't go his way. Now let's see if we can force Sulphur to put up another 0. He got him to do it twice in a row before they finally broke through in the bottom half of last inning. They very much need another 0 put up by the Bulldogs in this one. All right, we're all ready to go in the field. And as maybe everybody in attendance expected, more of a low-scoring affair. We've seen a lot of games this season for both of these squads that have been ended early due to run rules. Sulphur this season, looking at their overall record, last match they played was against the number 6 team in A1 Caddo. It was a 21-16 final score. So kind of funny that we would have a 4-0 here after a game like that. Bunt over to third, handled well, and Rose is going to be able to get the out at first. Nice routine play for Jaden Rose right there, one on the board. Colton Cole up to bat, number 17. McLaren already ready to go. One retired, no one on. Yo-O to Cole, swung on, launches this one out to left. This one going all the way back towards the wall, doesn't have enough. It gets out of here. Colton Cole able to sneak one out right as the wind died down. The solo home run makes it 5-0 Bulldogs. That is hit number 5, the home Bulldogs. 5 runs on 5 hits. Yeah, you know, that's pretty good whenever you're trying to win a baseball game. Number 1, Bridge Barrett up to bat next. The 0-0 to him. In there for strike 1. Now, if you're a Brody McLaren, you can't let that one dissuade you too much. Still got to pound the zone here with strikes. 0-1. McLaren lifts. Left that one too far outside. Back to working out of the windup still. Victory Mattress Outlet, 7101 Northwest Expressway and Suite 610. They're open 12 to 5 on Sunday and 11 to 6 every other day. Ground ball over to short. Suarez there, fields it cleanly and gets the out at first. 2 gone. A Victory Mattress Outlet, they're where your best night's sleep costs less. You never have to pay retail prices on quality brands again. They've got everything from 10-inch budget beds, perfect for kids, guests, or lake houses, to high-end, hand-built luxury mattresses that last for years. Again, we'll see them Wednesday for a coacher show. Thanks to Victory Mattress Outlet. 0-0 then the new at-bat left outside for ball number 1 to Jackson. Starting catcher here for the Bulldogs, a name we've called out a lot for sure. No one on, 2 out for him here, though. The 1-0. Runs inside on him, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. McLaren steps back onto the rubber here, gets his sign. winds and deals on the 2-0. Fastball jumped on. Well struck. Aguilar giving chase. Back in the left center gap, and he makes the grab on his front shoulder. Aguilar's had a lot to do today in center field, but that's out number 3. We're done with the 5th. A solo shot makes it a 5-0 game as we head to the 6th. It got just a little bit further away for the Bethany Broncos there. See if they can't find a way to bring this one back as we go into the 6th.
Name brands and more for less at Victory Mattress Outlet. Welcome to Victory Mattress Outlet, 7101 Northwest Expressway in Oklahoma City. Family owned and operated Victory Mattress Outlet has options for every budget, like quality 10-inch beds to high-end luxury mattresses fit for a king. You're the winner here. Shop pillows, protectors, bedroom sets, and more. And remember, the friendly people at Victory Mattress Outlet can help deliver, assemble, and set up your mattresses and furniture. Call 405-510-6988 and never pay retail price for top brands again. Victory Mattress Outlet, 7101 Northwest Expressway, 405-510-6988. That's 405-510-6988. Victory Mattress Outlet, where your best night's sleep costs less.
C&J Sporting Goods at 6604 Northwest 38th Street has been serving Bethany and the Metro for over 30 years, with 3 generations ready to serve you with the best shopping experience of product knowledge and customer service anywhere, with a wide selection of guns, ammo, ear and eye protection, law and enforcement equipment, hunting, camping, and survival gear. If they don't have it, they will order it for you. Veteran owned and family operated. Call 405-789-8102. C&J Sporting Goods.
Michael Morris continues his start on the bump for the Sulphur Bulldogs. He's thrown 5 full, now going through his 6th. Has held Bethany scoreless so far, though he has given up 1 hit. Damian Aguilar set to lead this inning off for the Bethany Broncos. It goes 9-1-2 for the guys in purple. Running out of time very quickly. They got to get something started offensively here. Aguilar has struck out once today. He's 0 for 1. Squared around for a bunt, took a ball high. 1-0, and I like the approach right there. Trying to get an easy runner on with a 9-hole. He's got some speed. He's the guy who could do it. 1-0 pitch. Took a hack at it, went right through. 1-1. Again, I do like the aggressiveness. Trying to provide that early base runner, that spark for the offense. 1-1 pitch goes by in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. 6th inning brought to you by Apple Tree Antique Gallery, 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. For Apple Tree, call 405-495-0602. Next pitch to Aguilar, back outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. Apple Tree Antique Gallery, 3rd weekend of the month, will be coming up very, very soon, and that means they're going to have a lot of sales within their walls. So stop by, again, 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. Aguilar, the 3-1, takes strike number 2 up and in. Full count here for the leadoff man this inning, the 9-hole batter. The 3-2 from him. Sitting right back up the middle. Does it sneak through? It does. Aguilar leads off the inning with a 3-2 single. Only hit number 2 for the Bethany Broncos, but it provides them the base runner they were looking for. Brody McLaren up to bat next. Again, if there was ever a time to make your comeback rally, it's right here. Top of the 6th, man on, top of the order. No one out. Morris out of the stretch, goes home. McLaren doesn't like the breaking ball, and rightfully so. 1 ball dealt. Counts 1-0. Got to find your pitch here. Be patient. Morris can't throw it by him. He fouls that one straight down. Looks like he got all the way to the backstop anyways. 1-1. As I was going to say, you can't throw it past McLaren. He's too good a hitter. As long as he stays within himself, just tries to do a job and move the base runner over, he's going to be all right. There's a pretty big gap in right center field right now. Move over to first, not going to be in time. Aguilar went diving back in. So the count's still 1-1. I'm looking to take something backside, man. Just go base to base. He's going to actually put it through the 5-6 gap. Doesn't need to go backside. Says, I'm going to use my pull side power to my advantage. Runners on first and second. A pair of hits for Bethany.
Next at plate, designated hitter number 23, Cooper Willis.
Cooper Willis, the DH, up to bat. McLaren now 1 for 2 with a walk. Willis over 2 today. He's lined out to left and grounded out to third. Nothing. No one out. Runners on first and second. Got the chant coming out from the Bethany side. They're chopping some tomahawks. Willis sat on a breaking ball, pops it up. Staying on the infield, going left side, and it'll be caught at short by Bridge Barrett. And that's kind of the momentum killer, I'm afraid. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's exactly not what Bethany was looking for right there, unfortunately. And I think that's been their Achilles heel. Swinging early in the count and getting a lot of easy outs on it. Cooper Suarez, the 3-hole batter, up to bat. And I hope the people watching and listening don't mind me being a little bit critical. I mean, this team is too good to have innings like that where they get these runners on and potentially don't score anything. Time called at the plate. They're too good. They're too talented to have at-bats like that. Suarez today, he's reached on an error and flown out to second. Stands back in the box now, ready for the first pitch of his at-bat. Morris comes set. Working on a complete game shutout. His first pitch swung on. That's the same breaking ball over the middle of the zone. Hit to shallow center. Could be trouble. No, the catch is going to be made behind short by Bridge Barrett once again. Back-to-back pop-ups to shortstop, and that's 2 gone. It'll be the big man, Connor Sidness, the 4-hole batter, trying to scratch something across for the Broncos. They need the crooked number here. They set themselves up perfectly with Aguilar and McLaren. Sidness has lined out to first and reached on an error himself. See if he gets a hold of one here. Nothing to him. The pitch from Morris. There's the breaking ball, and it's called a ball low. And even right there, even if that had been a strike, Sidness was taken. He's not swinging at that. There's no reason to swing at a 0-0 breaking ball after the 2 guys ahead of you did the same thing and popped out to the same spot of the field. Sidness knows he's not swinging at that. 1-0. Morris checks second, goes home. Tried to go back to the breaking ball right there in full Sidness, but he left in the dirt, 2-0. Sidness has Rose on deck and Burleson in the hole. Rose also has a hit today. Sidness still looking for his first. 2-0 to the lefty. The pitch is in. Fastball, found the zone. 2-1. All right, you seen your 1. He's got to throw that again. Sidness a tough batter to get out, especially if you're forced to throw him a fastball. Morris set. On the 2-1, he lifts and deals. Fastball, ground ball right side, and fouled off by Sidness. That was the pitch he was looking for, just barely got around it. 2-2. If he meets it just a little bit more square, it's launched into right field. Time call in the field. It's like a discussion on the Sulphur side at the dugout between 2 coaches. I can't tell what they were talking about. Whatever they're conversing with has been already wrapped up. Now the umpire's having a quick chat. Not too sure. 2-2 count at the plate, 2 outs on the board, runners on first and second. 5-0 game, Sulphur leads here in Sulphur, Oklahoma. Bethany got those 2 base runners with no outs on the board. Then a pair of pop-ups to short has put us in the current situation with Connor Sidness trying to find a way to put up a crooked number. Time has resumed. Morris looks in. He's got his sign. Comes set out of the stretch, looks to second once and goes home. The 2-2 pitch, it's a breaking ball left high. Full count for Sidness. Runners will be moving on the pitch. Again, I think he's forced to throw him a fastball here. I think he's missed with the breaker too much. This is the pitch Sidness could jump on. See if he's got it. Center and right playing back, left field playing a little bit closer in. Morris goes high inside move to second to kind of reset his tempo and his time. 3-2. I honestly don't hate stepping off right there. That's not a bad idea. Morris set once again. Here's the 3-2. Fastball, ground ball right side's again, fouled off. That was targeting the low outside corner. Count stays 3-2. Again, great piece of hitting right there from Connor Sidness. Great swing to foul that one off. By the way, that was low and away from him, and he still fouled it off pull side. Three and two. Morris set once again. Looks to second once. And another inside move. No throw over to second again. I think everybody in the park saw that one coming. No harm there. Again, just resetting the tempo, resetting the clock. 3-2. Here's the pitch home. Jam shot flared off left side. It stays in play, and it's caught in foul ground. Drake Wood made the grab in front of the Bethany dugout, and disaster in the top of the sixth. Bethany strands two runners after putting them both on with no outs. And we go to the bottom half, still trailing 5-0.
Step up to the next level at Coyote Pond, home of the $20 FFL transfer. Coyote Pond at 5804 Northwest 63rd and MacArthur makes the difference in customer service with a selection of just about everything with top dollar loans and rock bottom prices. Locally owned and operated, Coyote Pond is the destination headquarters for Bethany, Yukon, and Oklahoma City, and the home of the $20 FFL transfers. Call 405-470-7999 or go to coyotepond.com. That's 405-470-7999. and coyotepond.com.
When technology has you screaming at the office, call Simplify Tech Solutions at 405-981-1011. Located at 4221 North MacArthur Boulevard, Simplify Tech Solutions features IT management, business phone systems, manages Wi-Fi, and offers repair and support. Simplify your Wi-Fi before the emotional breakdown by calling Simplify Tech Solutions. Locally owned and operated at 405-981-1011. 405-981-1011. Simplify Tech Solutions. Stan's Plumbing is your locally owned full-service licensed and bonded plumbing company, proudly serving the Oklahoma City Metro for over 30 years. Stan's provides all types of plumbing services like faucet and toilet repairs, sewer repair and trenchless pipe replacement, water heater repair and installation, both tank and tankless, plus drain cleaning and jetting. All plumbers arrive with fully stocked trucks and can resolve your plumbing problems in a timely manner. Since 1988, Stan's Plumbing has held itself to a higher standard in plumbing. Call 405-721-5100 to schedule your appointment. Stan's Plumbing, Valley Service in a dirty business. 405-721-5100.
In about 8 minutes, the Texas Rangers take on the Boston Red Sox. No, crap, that's wrong. The Minnesota Twins take on the Red Sox. I thought the Rangers played them. I thought it was that time of year. Oh, that's unfortunate. I thought I had the perfect transition back. Oh well. When do we play Texas anyways? I know that should be coming up decently soon. Not till June, so still over a month away. Well, anyways, back in this one, bottom of the sixth, now that I blew whatever that was, Bethany was able to put two base runners on with no one out in the top half of this inning, but failed to score them on three pop-ups in a row. Now we're down here to the bottom half. McLaren's still working on the bump. He winds, ready to deal his first pitch of this inning. It's swung on, ground ball over to Suarez. Takes a hop on him, and he gets through. Lead runner on another error. That's the second error of the game for the Bethany Broncos. Not too bad. One on, according to the scoreboard, one on Sulphur as well. Number 14, Harrison Taylor on board following the reach on error for Trevor Sarters. First base is occupied with no one gone. McLaren forced to go out of the stretch. There's nothing home. Bunt pulled back for ball one outside. And now we're in the bottom of the sixth. I mean, Bethany 3 offensive outs away from walking out of here with a loss. You really wish they would have found a way to scratch one across in the top half of this inning. But, you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. They just got to keep swinging. Maybe one of these days the wind will blow out and then they'll put up 20 runs on somebody. I believe it. McLaren on the 1-0. Looks over to first. Now again. He'll go home on the slide step. Bunt pulled back, and they're calling it a ball inside. I think that one honestly kind of fooled the home umpire. And I don't say that to be mean. I think that just legitimately fooled him. 2-0. Runner on first gets an extra step out there. Decent sized lead, nothing crazy. McLaren on the 2-0. Bunt shown, runner goes. Strike at the plate. Lloyd's throw down off the line. Another stolen bag here for Sulphur. Two and one. Man back in scoring position here for the Sulphur Bulldogs. Exactly not what you want to see in the bottom of the sixth. Everything at this point just insurance. Maybe after the fourth, anything was insurance anyways. 2-1 pitch home. Ball high. 3 balls, 1 strike. Get number 14, Harrison Taylor, bats in the 8 hole. He's got Maddox Mobley behind him. And then you're back to the top of the order with Carter Cole. 4 hits. Ooh. By my count, 5 hits. On the scoreboard, it's 4 hits for Sulphur. Pitch home. Too low for ball number 4. First and second occupied with no one out. Well, I talked a little bit about the reschedules that happened this week. And while I was scrolling through that, I did come back across this. Owasso's boys basketball head coach, Brian Montanati, has announced that he is resigning from his position after 9 seasons. He led the Rams to the Class 6A title in 2024 and also had 2 semifinal appearances as a head coach. So Owasso lost a big one there. Ball 1 just dealt to the plate. Want to know, and here's a visit out to the pump, but a little bit more about that Owasso thing. Obviously, we all know how good the Tulsa schools are year in, year out at many sports, and watching the state championships this year and seeing all the teams that played in it, I know Owasso's got to be thinking, man, where do we go from here? Who do we bring in to keep competing with the Class 6A field in men's basketball? I don't know, but they got to figure it out. He said being the head basketball coach at Owasso has been one of the greatest honors of his career and that he will always carry Ram pride in his heart. So, hey, from us back here in the city, at least, congratulations on the successful career to Brian Montanati in Owasso boys basketball. There's your local update for you here. Now on the national stage, the NBA playoff field is set. Oklahoma City Thunder and the Detroit Pistons will have the number 1 seed. Detroit did hang on long enough to earn it. Time has resumed. Now, OKC Thunder might have the best odds to win the championship, but the Spurs are real close by. Bunt attempt, drop down left side, dribbling foul. 1-1. The Spurs have the second best attempt, and the Boston Celtics have the third best odds. And now, in my opinion, Boston should have the second best odds, but I get what they're saying there. Since one of OKC and Thunder alone can escape the West, in my mind, the Celtics have the second best odds, but the NBA, pros, officials, whatever you want to say, they give whoever's coming out of the West the edge anyways. I can't say I disagree. And me personally, I still think it's going to be OKC Boston in the finals. 1-1. McLaren checks second a couple times, goes home, threw that fastball way outside for ball number 2. Hey, thanks. Special shout out to Stan's Plumbing, 7000 Northwest 63rd Street. For Stan's, call 405-721-5100. They also support us on the soccer side. They're our goal sponsor for soccer. Although they had their games rescheduled, meant we weren't able to catch them today, we're hoping to get back out to soccer before they head to playoffs. McLaren on the 2-1. Looks second a couple times again, goes home. Here's the bunt attempt, push left side, once again goes foul. 2-2. Lease has him on the 2-strike count. McLaren's still looking for his first out in the bottom of the 6th. And let's look at the schedules coming up against these two teams. Once this series is done, Bethany versus Sulphur, Sulphur goes on to play Marlowe and then Tuttle to round out the season. And tell you what, on the 20th and 21st, if you're not watching the Sulphur-Tuttle series, I don't know what you're doing. That might be one of the best series across the state of Oklahoma for high school baseball. Ball dealt low outside, 3-2, because that decides who's going to win the district and who has some of the best odds to make a run at state. Again, that's on the 20th and 21st at 5 p.m. It's at Tuttle first, and then here in Sulphur for the close to the series. 3-2 pitch from McLaren on the way. He lifts and deals. Cap shot, right side. Burleson has an awkward play, but he makes the grab, falling to the ground. Hey, you know, players play. Players make plays. That's all that is. One gone. It doesn't matter that that was about the ugliest looking catch he could have had. He made the catch, and that's what's up. Carter Cole, the DH, back up to bat. One gone. Runner still on first and second. Now, Bethany is looking for that ground ball here, roll two and get out of this one. Get back to their last time with the sticks. Should Cole extend it at all, it's most likely going to score a run. That's the worst case scenario for the Broncos here. Nothing from McLaren. Threw it to the backstop. Lloyd gets to it quick, but he has no play in the field. 1-0, both runners advance. And they're just going to go ahead and intentionally walk Carter Cole to put that double play back on the board, and I do agree with that. I mean, not that they don't think they can get him, but they think that getting a runner with a chance for a double play is much more important. Drake Wood up to bat. Well, you know, I would have said that the three batters we saw on the top end of this inning would have been the most important at-bats, but I think this is the most important at-bat. Ball nearly hit Wood right there. 1-0. I think this is the most important at-bat because if it's a walk, if it's a hit, anything like that, you feel like this game is kind of over. Like that one ices it. But if McLaren gets him out of it, they've got a chance. 1-0, swung on. Awkward swinging slide right there, sent right side. 1-1. I mean, get you another one like that. Get you some weak contact popped up somewhere, a ball you can make a grab on. 1-1. McLaren out of the windup, delivers. Got it called, strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McLaren shakes once, doesn't like what he has. Now he's got to sign. His 1-2. Thrown in there. Oh, just off the plate. 2-2, and you can hear kind of the anticipation from the Bethany crowd. That ball's thrown, and we're like, is it in there? And then, no, that one's not. 2-2. We're looking for it. We want the strikeout. McLaren only has 2 strikeouts on the start. Find 3 here. Not on that one. Thrown again to the backstop. 3-2. No runners advance. Three balls, 2 strikes. When we come back for the top of the 7th, Rose, Burleson, and Bellows will be the batters that Sulphur will face. Rose has a single, but Burleson and Bellows hitless today. 3-2. McLaren winds and deals. Got him to swing. Popped up left side. Wynn's going to catch it. Could be trouble. Looks like it's Aguilar to make the call, and he's got the grab. 2 outs on the board and a nice throw back home to prevent the tag. 2 gone. And that is a nice grab from Aguilar in center field. That's already hard enough to play with a win, but you got to be vocal about it. You got to have good communication and then make the throw in on the line. If it's high, if it's offline, that run's going to score. Aguilar just kept it within arm's reach. He kept it a possibility. Michael Morris. And maybe how it only could have ended. It's a pitcher-on-pitcher matchup. Bases loaded, 2 outs. McLaren versus Morris. McLaren winds. He deals. In there for strike. Oh, no, he called it a ball. Oh, I thought that was strike 1 right there, low outside corner. Oh, well, 1 ball, no strikes. McLaren looks in, has a sign he likes, back in his motion. His pitch, breaking ball, too high. 2-0. Now back-to-back misses. Have to imagine he's going to come back over the zone here with a fastball. We'll see if he does this. 2-0. McLaren has his sign once more. His pitch. There's the fastball, but he left it in the dirt. 3-0. Well, Morris going to be in take mode here. No question about that one. The pitch from McLaren. And he walked him. 1 more run for the Sulphur Bulldogs, 6-0 here in the bottom of 6. And the courtesy runner, Nate Wood, will head back out to first. Colton Cole up to bat next, number 17, and the cleanup batter. Bases juiced in 2 outs. Nurturing a 6-0 lead. Trying to extend it. The pitch in the dirt once more. That's 5 straight balls right there from McLaren. Still throwing with velo, but again, just not the location. Now, again, I think he's tired. He's had a long day. Started the complete game, has 1 for 2 with a walk. He's reached bases. He's taken off. His legs have seen a lot of work. Comes back over the zone there, but it's a called ball once more, 2-0. So he just kind of can't buy a strike. Counts 2-0. Wind blowing in towards the third base line. The pitch swung on and missed. Colton Cole got the one he was looking for on a fastball kind of up. Couldn't get his hands up to it. 2-1. There's the strike he was looking for. Let's see if McLaren can build off of that. He can go a little higher, try to tunnel a curve off of it. See what he's feeling comfortable with. It's 2-1 offering. Went back to the fastball and got him to swing and miss on that one too. 2-2. Even count, 2 outs on the board. McLaren looking for his 3rd strikeout today. Winds in pitches. Got him looking. And he gives a quick look or two over to Sulphur's dugout as well. That does it for the bottom of the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th with a 6-0 Sulphur lead in Bethany's last chance in this game. Don't go anywhere. Conclusion of this one right around the corner on GSN Sports and Talk and thegospelstation.com Sports and Talk. Thanks for tuning in so far. Hope you stick around. Say aloha to your new favorite shaved ice and coffee shop, Aloha Shaved Ice. On the corner of Northwest 39th Expressway and Council. Aloha brings the summer vibes no matter what the weather looks like outside. Their year-round shaved ice means you get to enjoy classic flavors like grape, strawberry, and cotton candy, while their extensive selection of coffee complements that chill flavor perfectly. Looking for something different? Aloha has specialty drinks for days. Try the Banana Split, Fuzzy Monkey, Spider-Man, or Shrek. And trust us when we say that's only a small part of their specialty lineup. Sharp-eyed visitors may also notice Aloha's local support and drinks like the Bethany Broncos, SNU Crimson Storm, SCU Eagles, and Boomer Sooner. You can enjoy games like chess or Candyland while you dine in the cozy atmosphere or sit outside and find yourself whisked away to the shore. Kick back with all your friends at Aloha, 8000 Northwest 39th Expressway. Call 405-633-7778 and remember that you can take that sunshine with you thanks to their drive-thru lane. Aloha Shaved Ice and Coffee Shop, 8000 Northwest 39th Expressway. 405-633-7778. Rose leads off what could be Bethany's last chance in this game. Goes Rose, Burleson, and Bellows in the top of the 7th. Top 7 brought to you by Tanco Mechanical and Electrical at 1610 South Shepherd Avenue in El Reno. Call 405-255-7804 for Tanco. First pitch of this at bat, a ball high. Morris still working on the bum, trying to go again for the complete game shutout. Not a no-hitter. Bethany has tagged on 3 now, I believe. Rose swings through that one, 1-1. But now 6 runs on, by my count, 5 hits. That's another ball dealt inside. That means that there's been the free passes, yes, but Sulphur has been better with runners in scoring position. That's where the difference in this game has come. 2-1. Morris steals jam shot, fouled back over the press box. 2-2. Bethany has had their opportunities. They just struggled to actually put the run across home. And again, you credit the youth on that one. They've got a very, very young team. 2-2. Rose sends it back up the middle. That's going to drop for a base hit. Once again, Jaden Rose leads off an inning with a single, trying to will his team to a come-from-behind victory. He's 2 for 3 on the day with a pair of one-baggers. Ooh, here we go, pinch hitter. It's number 30, a name we called out a lot over the weekend, Stoley Melton.
Now batting for Bethany, number 30, Stoley Melton.
Melton in the pinch hit situation, a runner on first, no one out. He's been very, very consistent at the plate so far this season. Yo-oh to him. He watches strike one go by. 0-1. Now he's seen one. He knows what the opposing pitcher is going to bring. Morris already ready to go out of the stretch. 0-1 at the plate. He looks to first, goes home again. Melton offers at it. Weak tapper right side, actually stays fair. This is going to be a force out at first. Unassisted put out by the starting first baseman Colton Cole, but it does move the runner over. Man on second, one gone. And another pinch batter. This is number 9, Trip Williams. The senior given the stick with a man in scoring position, batting in place of Isaac Bellows. All right, here you go. Now, Melton got dealt with a fastball low in for his first pitch. I wonder if he gives something similar to Williams here. Catcher sets up outside. It's an outside move over to second, but diving back in safely is Rose. Four hits on the game for the Bethany Broncos. Again, the scoreboard here says 2. I don't know where they're getting that number from. 0-0. The pitch home. It goes by high for ball number 1. And now Williams ahead in the count, albeit only slightly. Looks like we will have a third new batsman when we come back after this. Looks like Ozzie Brown being given the stick and warming up on deck. He'll bat in place of Lloyd. 1-0, check swing. Williams did go around. 1-1. Now, I guess it's only one pinch batter, and then the rest are substitutions, I think, technically. I know, obviously, Brown and Lloyd both play catcher sometimes, so I don't know. Williams can play second. It's not like he had never done that before. I mean, I guess those are substitutions. 1-1. Pitch to Williams in the dirt for ball number 2. Oh, a child ran onto the field. And there he goes. He's corralled. Hey, shout out that guy going and grabbing our fan. That's awesome. Hey, and shout out Ozzie Brown for seeing him and kind of slowing the little guy down. 2-1. He's just that big a fan of baseball, man. He wants to be part of the action. I respect it. Couple of years, you'll be out there, dude. Couple of years. 2-1. Goes by. It's a ball. Quick throw down to second. Not in time. Hitters count of 3-1. Williams ahead in the count. Trying to find a hit here. Trying to score a run. Be the first run of the game for the Bethany Broncos if he can knock one in. 3-1 pitch. Williams offers at it, got a little bit underneath it. Pop up right side. It'll be second making the call. And the grab, Maddox Mobley. Brown up to bat. Ozzie Brown, third new batter in a row. 2 gone. Runner remains on second. So now only an out away is Sulphur from another district win. They're they're 11th and 23rd on the season. 0-0 to Brown. Morris checks a couple times, goes home, deals a ball. Can't imagine he's too worried about the runner right now. I'd be surprised if we see another pickoff attempt, to be honest with you. Want to know. If Brown gets on board, we'll see Damian Aguilar back up to bat. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. You'd love to get a guy who already has a hit today back up there. 1-0 to Brown. Pitches in and called strike at the top of the zone. 1-1. Not one Brown agrees with, but one he's now seen. Counts 1-1. Sulphur 2 strikes away. The pitch, fastball swung right through by Brown. 1-2. Morris now 1 strike away from walking out of here with a complete game shutout. Steps back onto the rubber. Looks in to get a sign and comes set. Big lead at second. Not going to worry about that one. Just going home. The 1-2. Fouled off over the Sulphur dugout. Brown does stay alive. Now, credit to him. He's going to keep swinging up there as long as he can. One and two, the count remains. Morris deals, breaking ball, left it low out. 2-2. Trying to get him to go golfing on that one. Brown would not take a trip to the greens. 2's all across the board. Runner on second. Morris set for another pitch. His delivery. Swung on, well struck, out to left center field. This one being given a ride all the way back to the wall, and it drops for extra bases. Finally, Rose picked up. He'll score as Brown goes sliding into second with an RBI double and the shutout off the board. Well, it was a long time coming for Ozzie Brown. Rose finally picked up after being put on base at the beginning of this inning, 6-1. I mean, how many times this game did we get a no-outs base runner and left them stranded? Finally, we knocked that one across, and that's good to see. That means that this team, you know, I speak about how talented they are, how good ball players they are. That means that they still have that room to grow, and they still have the ability to produce, even in a game like this. Damian Aguilar back up to bat, 1-0 against him. Now, this team, they're only going to get better and better as time goes on. Called strike there. I'd be worried about seeing the Bethany Broncos next year or 2 years from now when you get in the playoffs. They're not going to be a team you're going to want to see. Mark my words on that one. 1-1. Pitch home. Breaking ball finds its way into the zone against Aguilar, 1-2. Aguilar again already has a hit today. He's 1 for 2. Single and a K. His 1-2 pitch. Let it go by in the dirt. Went back to the breaking ball. Morris couldn't spot it up. Once again, 2's all across the board. Now, Brown just fought off one for a foul ball before smacking that double deep into the gap. Can Aguilar find a little bit of magic? Replace a runner, maybe. 2-2. Swung on. Hey, there's the foul ball. I mean, he's on track. By the way, Malachi Othen out to run at second. I believe he's a courtesy runner because Brown would have replaced Lloyd behind the dish officially on the sheet. 2-2. Check swing, but he went around. Aguilar Disappointed in that one, but that'll do it. Bethany not shut out in our game today. They do scratch on one in the top of the 7th, but at the end of this one, Sulphur grabs the district win with a final of 6-1. Hey, we're going to go to a little bit of a post-game show here, kind of recap this game and how we got to this situation, so stay tuned here on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk and GSN Sports and Talk on YouTube. By my count, a 5-hit day for both squads, but Sulphur much better with runners in scoring position. And again, I'll tell you all about that when we come back from break.
Stephanie's Vintique and the Plaster Paint Company is all Oklahoma made at 3821 Asbury in Bethany, featuring vintage, chalk paint, antiques, clothing, vegan soaps and lotion, homemade cards, decor, and furniture. And space is available for rent to start your own business at Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company. Call 405-249-3604 and see why people are coming from all over the metro for this paint and decor. Or you can visit us at theplasterpaintcompany.com and also see us on Facebook. Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company in Bethany. Start your Vintique experience.
Name brands and more for less at Victory Mattress Outlet. Welcome to Victory Mattress Outlet, 7101 Northwest Expressway in Oklahoma City. Family owned and operated Victory Mattress Outlet has options for every budget, like quality 10-inch beds to high-end luxury mattresses fit for a king. You're the winner here. Shop pillows, protectors, bedroom sets, and more. And remember, the friendly people at Victory Mattress Outlet can help deliver, assemble, and set up your mattresses and furniture. Call 405-510-6988 and never pay retail price for top brands again. Victory Mattress Outlet, 7101 Northwest Expressway, 405-510-6988. That's 405-510-6988. Victory Mattress Outlet, where your best night's sleep costs less.
Ship it sooner at 210 North Mustang Mall Terrace is your packaging and shipping headquarters for Mustang and the surrounding area, using all major carriers. Sign up now for your private mailbox and enjoy the benefits a post office box does not offer. Faxing, printing, copies, notary service, and passport photos. Ship It Sooner is locally owned and operated. Call 405-256-6264 or go to shipitsooner.com.
When technology has you screaming at the office, call Simplify Tech Solutions at 405-981-1011. Located at 4221 North MacArthur Boulevard, Simplify Tech Solutions features IT management, business phone systems, manages Wi-Fi, and offers repair and support. Simplify your Wi-Fi before the emotional breakdown by calling Simplify Tech Solutions. Locally owned and operated at 405-981-1011. 405-981-1011. Simplify Tech Solutions.
And we're back for the post-game show brought to you by Blake Nightingale State Farm. Blake Nightingale, 7304 Northwest Expressway. Call 405-728-1313. He insures home, life, auto, business, and much more. Thanks to Blake. Well, at our post-game show, the final 6-1. Both teams amassed 5 hits. Bethany has 2 errors in the field. Sulphur has 1. With the 5-run differential, really it's just a few things. It's free 90s and batting with runners in scoring position. I preached it a couple of times, even though I mentioned it here and there, but ultimately Sulphur was just better when they had runners on second or third. And that's just kind of how this game goes. Bethany showed their flashes of being a really, really good team. I mean, when you've got guys up at the plate like McLaren, who's 1 for 2 with a walk, like Brown, who came in to pinch hit essentially and just knocks an RBI double. You've got Rose 2 for 3 himself with a pair of singles. You've got some great batters on this team. They just needed to find a way to knock them in, and they couldn't find it today. And again, it's tough conditions with the wind blowing in as hard as it is. But they're also, as we mentioned again a couple of times, we harp on this, they're a really young team. They've got a lot of baseball left to play, a lot of experience they're going to grab. I'd expect this team to be something close to a powerhouse come next year or maybe the year after for a lot of these guys. But hey, some more individual stats. McLaren went the full 7 innings. He ended up giving up 6 runs on, by my count, 5 hits. He walked 2, I believe it was, and struck out 3. So not a bad start for McLaren, not one at all. And again, 1 for 2 at the plate with the walk, not bad either. Offensively, my Blake Nightingale player of the game, though, has to be Jaden Rose. 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. He had the one unfortunate double play, but he also made a lot of good plays in the field, manning down the hot corner, and I think I can confidently give it to him with Brody McLaren a close second place. Well, we want to thank you for tuning in to this broadcast here on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk and GSN Sports and Talk. Just past 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time, so we'll send you on your way. See you tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock p.m. first pitch. These two teams round out their series back in Bethany, Oklahoma. One more time, a 6-1 lead for the Sulphur Bulldogs. They grab the district win, their 11th of the year, as Bethany now falls to 8-3 in district play, 11-8 on the season. No, excuse me, 13-8 on the season. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. God bless. Thank you again to everybody who watched and who sponsors the Gospel Station.